checks almost every box you can ask for within the ball game. Angel Reese, quick dance from Ryan Howard. The connection is pure. And look what it's opened up for it. Stacey wanting more people to run with her in the open floor. The look for Angel Reese over the top.
Angel Reese finds Ryan Howard early, and the connection immediately looks sharp. The ball movement is quick, confident, and Atlanta starts to push the tempo right away. You can see the intent: get out in transition, attack early, and force the defense to react instead of set up. Howard's spacing pulls defenders out, and Reese benefits from the openings inside. It's that simple chemistry that starts building momentum for Atlanta's offense.
Kisses it off the glass and one. Today, we just weren't hitting those shots, as you mentioned, as efficiently. The block on her former teammate, Camila Cardoso, saying no, ma'am.
Congratulations, ladies, on the win. My first question is for you, Angel. Another game, another double-double. I mean, you just keep them basically coming automatic. How did this double-double feel, I guess, more so going up against your former teammate in Camila Cardoso?
A strong read opens the floor again, and Reese finishes inside with control and physical presence. Atlanta's offense begins to flow through quick decisions rather than isolation. The spacing is working, cutters are active, and the ball keeps finding the right spots. Every possession feels like it's building pressure on the defense, especially when the interior touches start turning into easy finishes and second-chance looks.
In the interior, she was dominating. It don't matter who was guarding, she was killing. Angel Reese started out the game. She had that pep in her step. I know Angel's going to have a great game just by looking at her body language. You know, just by looking at her when she's aggressive. And you know she's feeling good because she shot 6 jump shots today. 4 3-pointers, 2 mid-range jumpers. Now, I'm not a big fan of her shooting that many jumpers. I'm not.
Reese finishes the game with a solid double-double performance, 17 points and 17 rebounds, showing her impact around the rim and on the glass. But the efficiency becomes part of the discussion as she shoots 5, 4, 12 from the field. The numbers tell a mixed story, dominant in hustle areas like rebounding, but less consistent in scoring efficiency. Still, her presence keeps Atlanta competitive in key stretches of the game.
Caitlin Clark extends her record for most 30-point tennis games in WNBA history, moving up to 3. Next closest is 4 players with 1. She also extends her record for the most 25 and 10 assist games in WNBA history, moving up to 8. She also extends her record for most 20-point 10 assist games in WNBA history with 13. Next closest is 10. Caitlin Clark can retire today and go down as the best point guard the WNBA.
Even with missed shots, Reese's energy never drops. Every possession she's active, boxing out, crashing boards, and fighting for extra opportunities. That motor becomes a real factor for Atlanta, especially in tight moments where effort possessions matter most. She keeps the team engaged physically, and her rebounding gives Atlanta multiple second-chance chances that help maintain control of momentum throughout the game.
Leg sleeve Caitlin, hold on. Look at Caitlin. I mean, she was calling a number, probing. Look how she threw this pass. Bang! Had AB hitting out here. Even had AB hitting. I mean, cooking. Hold on. Let me get you out of here. Man, once again, Boston hitting from the corner. I mean, she started off hot. 2 for 3. 2 for 3 for the game, man. Beautiful work. Look at this. Caitlin, once again, getting her teammates open.
Inside the paint, Atlanta continues to rely on strong front court presence, with players like Cardoso finishing through contact and protecting the rim. Those interior battles become a major storyline, as Atlanta consistently wins physical matchups near the basket. Whether it's offensive rebounds or tough finishes, the paint becomes the area where Atlanta builds its advantage and wears down the opposing defense over time.
Where everything is seen. And when you're Caitlin, everything is definitely seen because every camera is pointed your way. There are other players who don't have that kind of pressure because ain't nobody shining the camera over there like they are with Caitlin Clark. But to quote Caitlin, who says, I've heard her say this a few times, and that is pressure is a privilege. And she realizes that. But I like what Cynthia Cooper said, you grow from it.
On the other side, Caitlin Clark delivers a completely different type of performance, one built on control, vision, and scoring at all 3 levels. She drops 32 points along with 10 assists, dictating the entire rhythm of the game. Every possession runs through her decisions, whether she's pulling up from deep, threading passes into tight windows, or pushing tempo in transition. She keeps the defense constantly guessing.
She put in work today. 32 points, 10 assists, 7 rebounds, and outside of the first quarter, it was pretty much her doing it Stephanie's way, and she just managed to will this team to a victory. That fourth quarter, she spoon-fed Aaliyah Boston points. Spoon-fed her points. Here. And to AB's credit, she converted on most of her opportunities. Salute, AB. Salute. You got spoon.
Clark's performance adds to an already historic stretch, continuing to pile up elite statistical nights with 30-point and 10-assist combinations. What stands out isn't just scoring, but how she combines playmaking and shooting in the same game. She forces defenses to collapse, then punishes them by finding open teammates or stepping back for deep shots. The consistency of these performances keeps putting her in rare company in league history.
Is playing like the best player in WNBA history right now. She's been absurd to start the season, and she put on a show against the Seattle Storm. Clark might have played her best game ever. You know, just her speed out on the floor is like, yo. And then she was efficient with her shooting as well. She's getting to the cup. She's diming people up. Every aspect of her game was on display in this one.
When you compare styles, the difference becomes more obvious. One approach is built on physicality, rebounding, and finishing around the basket, while the other revolves around shot creation, perimeter scoring, and offensive orchestration. Both impact winning in different ways, but they rely on very different skill sets. One thrives on effort possessions and interior presence, while the other controls games from the perimeter and dictates pace.
The skill gap between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese is absolutely massive. I do not understand why they keep getting compared to each other. Caitlin Clark is heads and shoulders and everything else above Angel Reese. Take a look at these two clips. Here, you got Angel Reese, wide open three-pointer. She airballs it. Has one three-pointer for the whole season. And here comes Caitlin Clark down on the other end, gets a screen, and you give her any space.
At the end of the day, both players bring attention to the league in their own way. Reese brings intensity, energy, and a strong inside presence that impacts rebounds and hustle plays. Clark brings offensive creation, elite passing, and the ability to stretch defenses from anywhere on the court. The conversation around them continues because both styles are visible, both influence outcomes, and both keep fans engaged in completely different ways.